I said for a while now that the custom keyboard industry has had a diminishing returns problem. You pay obscene prices for not a big improvement once you hit the $200 price range and go up. However, gaming keyboard manufacturers are also far behind in quality but are ahead in software features. However, Keychron proves you can make incredible custom feeling keyboards for affordable prices with extensive customizability and support for great software, and this keyboard is absolutely proof of that. Let's get into this. So this is a 75% exploded layout. So I have the clear polycarbonate version. There's also a solid body version along with 3 versions. The bare bones version, the pre-built version without the knob, and the one with the knob. The pre-built version has an option of 3 switches, the blue, the brown, and the red. And the brown and red are lubricated, and I'm pretty sure the blue is not. Along with my clear polycarb, I did go with the red linear switches, and the lube job is great feeling and feels consistent across all the switches. And this board does have per key RGB with onboard customization, along with VIA software support to change more in depth. The stabs are screw-in, to which is a pretty nice touch, and they are generously lubricated. Now, if you are looking to customize your keyboard, just keep in mind that this is a 75% board with the small shift key. So you do got to make sure, if you are buying keycaps, to make sure that you get that version that has the small shift key. However, the keycaps that came with this board are OSA double shot PVD keycaps, and they feel really high quality. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like the OSA profile, and I don't mind it, but it's certainly not my preference for typing. The body feels super nice, solid, and high quality. Here's a tap test. You have 3 typing angles: no feet, small feet, big feet. I personally like to type with the little feet. It gives me a little bit of incline, and I just find it a little bit more comfortable. I feel like the big feet is too much of an incline and the no feet is just too flat. Now, when it comes to dampening, they did a really good job. They have a thick silicone dampening inside the body, and they also have foam in between the plate and PCB. Now, there is little to no board flex, leading to a stiffer typing and gaming experience, which I do kind of like, but I haven't tried a gasket mounted keyboard or anything like that, so I can't tell you if I would prefer that over this. Overall, the build quality is amazing. Now remember, this is a $90 pre-built keyboard in a world of custom keyboards costing well over $200. This feels far from budget or cheap, and you can get this bare bones for 55 bucks and make it how you want, and the design is understated and very attractive. Now, customizability, I really feel like they did a really good job here. I think that they were really trying to shoot for the enthusiast crowd. This board supports any 3-pin or 5-pin switch. So if you get the pre-built and decide you don't like the switches but like the keycaps, you can change them. And if you like the board and switches but realize you don't really like OSA keycaps, you can change it to something more traditional. You can also remap any keybind in the VIA software along with the per key RGB and lighting effects. Now, like I said earlier, the stabs, they're screw-in, and you can change them out to something else if you prefer. And the inner silicone is removable if you rather put foam inside or something else that is to your preference. The USB-C cable is removable, which in my opinion, I think the wire sucks. It's super stiff and it holds its position, so it looks awful on the desk. It also doesn't sit on the board well. It wiggles like it's not connected fully. And also, if you're a Mac user, this board supports Mac and comes with a Mac layout keycap, and everything else I've said applies to the Mac support. Now, in my opinion, this keyboard is a great way to get into keyboards because it gives you a great canvas to customize, change, and try new things. Now, I've seen a lot of people think that if they are a PC gamer, they have to only use gaming keyboards because of latency or anti-ghosting. It's just not true. Unless you're using really crappy OEM keyboards, you can use just about anything. It's more up to personal preference. The typing and gaming experience feels really good. Beyond my expectations good. I have a $200 custom keyboard, and I didn't do nearly good of a job as this keyboard did coming in as is. Long keys sound great and don't wobble at all, and I didn't experience any lag, latency, or any type of ghosting issues while gaming. I think that this did an excellent job for gaming. I really like the OSA profile for gaming due to the finger cradling. However, like I said earlier, found myself making lots of typing errors, so I will be switching back to cherry profile out of preference. So after using the Keychron for a while, I decided that I really wanted to switch to keycaps, so I purchased a more affordable cherry profile PBT keycap for around $50 US, and honestly, that's still a bit much, but considering keycaps can be around $100 to $200, which is insane to me, these are really high quality. And I also much prefer the sound profile of these. Even though it's got a higher pitched sound, I just think it sounds a bit cleaner. And the Cherry profile is much more comfortable for gaming, and I type better on Cherry profile, but I do still think the other keycaps felt good for gaming, but these feel just a bit better. At first, when it came to the sound profile, I was a little bit worried because the spacebar was a bit rattly, but I didn't realize it just wasn't seated properly. And also, I think this color scheme looks fire, and it goes so well with the rest of my color scheme. Now, I did take off the keycaps before doing the sound test, so the sound test is going to be with the new keycaps, but like I said, I prefer this sound anyway, and this shows you that you can kind of get a different sound by switching the keycaps. I think this is a great all-around keyboard. It's great for typists, creators, and gamers all in one keyboard. It feels great to use, it sounds great, it's really well built, and has so many options to make it your own. It doesn't cost a fortune. I can't say enough good things about this keyboard, and after changing the keycaps, I honestly think this keyboard is an easy recommendation. And if you're looking for a great mouse to go with it, I reviewed the Razer Viper V2 Pro, and if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, the Razer Viper Ultimate is still a great option, and I did a review on that too, but I'm going to put the V2 Pro video here. Check that out. Anyway, affiliate links down below if you're interested, and also thank you to these members right here. Awesome people. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Peace out.